You are now listening to Dear Dope Chick, a weekly podcast created to inspire and energize women to live life on their own terms. I'm your host, Felicia, and here's today's dose of dope. Dear Dope Chick, welcome and welcome back. Are you ready to take some action today? For those of you who are new here, haven't been here in quite a while, or have been down with me since day one, Dear Dope Chick is an action-based podcast. So what does that mean? That means that every single episode, you are challenged to take one small step that aligns with living life on your own terms. That means you're taking one step today, just one, that aligns with the lifestyle that you most desire. Now, what if you hear today's challenge and decide that you ain't ready for all that? Well, that's on you, and that is your choice. That's your choice. And that is a part of living life on your own terms, is deciding how you want to move forward, deciding what you will do, what action steps you will take, if any, that will propel you into the lifestyle that you most desire. Now, you don't have to do anything. However, I highly encourage you to take some type of action that aligns with the lifestyle that you most desire. You owe it to yourself to steer your life in the direction that you've always wanted to go, and you can do that today. Our previous week's episodes are full of action steps that you may have never considered taking. With that being said, after you conclude this episode, take a listen to our previous episodes to see if one of those challenges is a step for you. It might not be this one, but it may be one of them. So today's action step is to find the courage to accept your life situation for what it is. Find the courage to accept your life situation for what it is. No matter how much it hurts and stings, no matter how embarrassed it may make you feel, no matter how much you want to resist and fight against what you see right now, you can choose to be okay with it all. You can choose to accept what's happening right now. You can choose to not allow it to affect your behaviors moving forward. You can choose to feel your feelings while also choosing how long you'll commit to having them on display. And yes, you can choose to visualize a way out, to believe that there is a way out, and you can choose to make different decisions today. Decisions that better align with the lifestyle that you most desire. You can do that for yourself today. Over the course of the week, keep flexing your courage by accepting that everything you accept, you won't like. And that is okay. Acceptance does not mean that you like what you see. It doesn't mean that you like it. It doesn't mean that you fully agree with it. That doesn't mean that you can't accept it, though. We have to learn how to separate the two, because for so long we have had them hand in hand. But instead, maybe we can look at it as, I accept this, and moving forward, I want something different. What makes acceptance a courageous act is that it goes against what your ego wants to protect, and that is your feelings. Your ego wants to resist. It wants to plead your case. It wants you to rant and rave. It wants you to put them in their place. It wants you to show others who is in control by providing a grandiose outward display of a power struggle. And what we don't understand in taking in this action and taking on these actions is that your control is in what you decide to do after being told, it looks like life is lifing again. What do you do in that circumstance when you see that life is lifing again? Courage is standing up again after life puts you on your ass and saying, got it. I got it. Thanks. I got that. Thank you. While moving forward with your life. So what is the it that you got? Well, you got it. You got the lesson. You got the information necessary to choose different going forward. You got the chance to see another way of doing something. Doesn't mean you like it, but you got the opportunity to see a different way. You got the opportunity to learn and to grow, you got the spirit of surrender working for you, keeping your blood pressure down and your spirits high. The first step to transformation is acceptance. It opens up the opportunity to dig deep and productively ask yourself, where do I go from here? All right, hang tight. I'm coming back with my final thoughts after this. Show notes for this episode and all past episodes can be found on a dailydoseofdope.com. That is a dailydoseofdope.com. A dailydoseofdope.com. You heard it? Join the community, fam. I would love to see you there. Every day is full of encouragement, inspiration, and is designed to ignite the flame of passion into action. You already got the passion there. You already know you want change. So let's turn that into some action. Enjoy daily text and emails. Have the opportunity to discuss with other dope chicks and really start the transformation that is living life on your own terms. A dailydoseofdope.com. I cannot wait to see you there. So my final thoughts are this. Running away from a situation won't make it any better, especially when we leave our position, expectations, or feelings toward it unresolved. Be courageous enough to accept the situation for what it is. Now, you ain't gotta like how shit is going down. Again, just because you accept something does not mean that you agree with it. Find peace in it all. Living in peace is a courageous act because by default, many of us gravitate toward chaos because we don't feel heard, we don't feel seen, we don't feel like our voice matters. We've been stifled for so long that is our coping mechanism. That is our way out. That is our way to get our way. What makes seeking peace courageous is because it goes against your ingrained behaviors and it challenges you to take the road less traveled, the enlightened road. Through this lens, we can see people for who they truly are and not for who we want them to be. For example, when people classify their dating partners as trash, I see that often. Oh, he is trash, she is trash, they are trash. It's usually because the person they refer to as trash, quote unquote, is not living up to their expectations of what a relationship should be. And that usually conflicts with the expectations that the person holds in their life. And so the automatic default is they're trash, but maybe that's not the case. Take a moment to look beyond that. Is the person really trash, quote unquote? Or, hear me out, they simply aren't the best person for you to become romantically involved with, and that's okay. There are some awesome people out there who, in certain relationships and situations, find themselves misaligning. There's fighting, there's cheating, there's miscommunications all around. Why not accept that maybe, no matter how many conversations you've had to explain yourself and your point of view to no avail at that they are who they are, and that who they are right now is not the person that you want to entertain. You know that's okay, right? You know it's okay to walk away, right? The human side of you wants to manipulate the situation to work out for you. You want what you want and you get what you want, plain and simple. If that means talking down to that person, engaging in emotional warfare to prove a point, and to continue to gain access to them, that's what you're going to do. Now, is that really worth it? Is it really who you are at your core? Is that really who you are at your core? Sometimes you have to step back and ask yourself, is this person really trash? Or am I engaging in trash behavior right now? The enlightened side of you takes a step back, accepts the situation for what it is, and acts accordingly. Acceptance doesn't mean that you're passive about the situation. It doesn't mean that you don't have opinions about the situation. It doesn't mean that you don't want to take some action. You actually are taking action by stepping back and deciding how you want to proceed. Taking action can look like leaving them alone and deciding that single life is more peaceful. Taking action can also look like accepting who they are without conditions and remaining where you are for the long haul. That may be your peaceful option. That is your choice. I can't say that it is a good option or a bad option. It just is an option. And I accept the fact that people make decisions that are best for them. And it may not look like the decision that I may make, but that doesn't mean that it's not a decision to make. Changing them is an act of self-preservation because you want to change the environment around you to fit your needs. But why focus on changing the environment around you instead of changing yourself? Because you're the person that really needs a different mindset, not them. They've already made their resolve. They've already resolved that this is who they are and this is what they are going to do. It's up to you to decide how you want to process that information and work with that. It's not by changing them. It's already hard enough to change yourself. So trying to change them it's a struggle because it's not the action that needs to be taken. The action that needs to be taken in that moment is looking within, deciding who you are, deciding what you align with, who you are deep down inside, and moving from there. All I'm saying is we ain't got to argue and go back and forth when we've accepted that what is for us is for us. What's for you is for you, fam. Do you truly believe that? Earlier this week on our Dear Dope Chick social media accounts, I shared the following mantra. Feel free to adopt this mantra and tweak it to make it yours. I accept and am at peace with what has happened. Moving forward, I resolve to choose intentionally and to take actions that align with the experiences I most desire. Give yourself the power play, fam. Instead of allowing the situation to dictate how you'll react, allow yourself to become so proactive in your resolve that regardless of what happens around you, you are okay because you are okay. I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for showing up, for listening. Thank you for giving yourself space to act and to see that acceptance is not agreement. Most importantly, I want to thank you for being you. I'll see you in the next episode. For more dope messages, be sure to visit adailydoseofdope.com and become a member. Also, cop your dope merch at deardopechick.com and follow us on all of our social media at Dear Dope Chick, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, be you, be dope. Love, P.